Let's get it. Let's get it. Hey, 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 man. Yeah, hit the like button as we proceed, man. Right back in this thing, man. Right back in this thing, man. Yeah. Welcome to Uncut Underground. I am your host this evening, Ty City, as we proceed, man. Yeah. Yeah, MAGA doing the sweep, man. They acting up right now. You know, Candace Owens done jumped ship, you know. Jason Whitlock out there all by himself, man. Nobody came to his defense. We're gonna go see if he had any backup. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go look. I didn't see anybody else address this situation. Did anybody see, you know, the rest of the gang? You know, look out for if you did, send me the link, man. If y'all find you know, any of his comrades out there, you know, said MAGA up 21-0 on the Black conservatives, man, dog, man, man. I said, oh man. Big Chico said I wouldn't put ABL up. What's wrong with Anthony Brian Logan? Why wouldn't you put Anthony Brian Logan on there? That's crazy. You say you would put Anthony Brian Logan on there? Why not? Yeah, everybody hit the like button. Let's go in. We got 2 live streams tonight. I got to get this one out the way first, though. I have to get this one out the way first, though. All right. I got to get this one out the way first. Yeah, like why wouldn't you why wouldn't you? That's kind of crazy, man.
Racism and all this and that going on.
Here we go. Hold on. Where we at? Here we go. Right here. Here we go. Why wouldn't you? Why would you put Anthony Brian Logan in there? Yeah, everybody hit the like button. Shout out to Jay. Yeah, it's fine people on both sides. You know. Hey, yeah, everybody hit the like button. While everybody get in here, man, let's just go down memory lane with Anthony Brian Logan, man. You know. let's go. Let's get back to business, man. Over here with Anthony Brian Logan, man. Yeah, we got people saying they wouldn't put Anthony Brian Logan in there, man. Why not? Why not? Hang tight. Hold on. Here we go. Why not? Hold on. Here we go. Shout out to Drew. Drew said we need hoax take on Whitlock using the Bible as a shield. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Hey, because you know, I think that might be the cop out whenever FWA, you know what I'm saying, start passing out pink slips. You know, it's going to be I chose Christianity over conservatism, and not, you know, conservatism is getting out of hand. I already see the play. I already see what's going on. You know, we hope. Hey, we do need a hope breakdown on, you know, using the Bible as a shield, and you know, even though, you know, Christianity has been used against Black people, which is crazy. Not to, you know, it's crazy not to look at it like that. You know, if we talking about, you know, where we are now in present history, you know, where we at in present history, you got to act like, you know, the dumb divorces never happened. You know, you got to act like dumb divorces never happened. Where the Catholic Church gave the explorers permission to enslave people who did not believe like you believe. You know, we gotta get to that. You know, yeah, everybody relax. Everybody relax. You know, shout out to AZ Tech, man. He said another one, man. I appreciate the Cash App and JC, man. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, man. That's generous, dog. Let's go. While everybody get in here, man. Let's go over this classic, man. This Anthony Brian Logan telling everybody that the Ku Klux Klan used to bring his grandmother gifts and cookies and shit.
We have more black babies that are aborted than born. Obviously, there's not a problem with being able to access abortion.
No, that's a non sequitur. That's not true at all. What if 10 million this is like months ago that I listened to this. If you want, I can kind of like speed through and listen to some of your videos and like pick out the points if you want. Do you want me to do that real quick?
Go for it.
Okay,
Go for it.
All right, hold on real quick.
CNN, that's not really the best example to use, but my point is that it's got a lot of attention in a very short period of time. So I got to give you guys
screaming Black Lives Matter. Black.
Okay, now the whole thing about the M-bomb, everybody knows that's a loaded term. Everybody knows it's a double standard as well. Black folks say it amongst each other, white guys can't. It's just one of those things, man. That's just the way it is. I mean, innocence would be upset about that. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it is what it is, man. It's just like
down back then, talking about slavery like he was around back then. Like he was picking cotton fucking around back then. Like he was on the plantation getting down back then.
I mean, that's a good point. It's like we're talking about slavery. You run a slave. If you're watching this video and you're alive, if you're not a ghost, if you're not a poltergeist,
here we go. Yeah, everybody hit the like button.
So the first thing I guess we could talk about is slavery.
Yes.
You are. I'm okay. I don't want. This might be incredibly rude. How old are you? Or if you don't mind answering, or if you don't want to answer, you don't have to.
33.
You're 33. Okay, so you probably have like a grandparent, literally, maybe even a parent who was told they couldn't get a loan from a bank or couldn't buy a certain type of house because of official like U.S. sanctioned policies like prior to the 1964 Civil Rights Act. Right? Do you agree with that? That there are like actual policies at banks, like things like redlining, where they would literally say, we do not loan to blacks.
Now, again, this is a white man telling him that, you downplay slavery like you so many generations removed from it, Yeah, that's, no, this is a classic. No, make no mistake about it. This is a classic. Yeah, everybody relax. We going to the classics. We got to take it back to the classics. This is what ABL was, the white man was telling ABL that he wasn't too far removed from slavery,
Nah, that was based on credit. My people didn't have that problem. I'll tell you something about myself.
Wait, so you're telling me that you don't believe in the 50s and 60s that people were specifically discriminated against because of skin color? You think it was all based on credit?
It was based on credit, and I'm gonna tell you why. But see, I'm a black person, and I have roots that go all the way back to slavery, and I can tell you what.
Yeah, everybody hit the like button.
My people went through. Now, I was born in a place called Rand, West Virginia, 95% white state. My grandmother would see the KKK in person. They never heard her or anything. Matter of fact, they would bring toys and food down to the black community in Christmas time, and also I think on the 4th.
Wait, do you think in general the KKK was not as bad to black people as people make it out to be?
No, all I can speak on is what my grandmother told me. I don't know about how they were in other places, but in West Virginia, when my grandmother was growing up in the 30s, they never hurt anybody black. They actually were pretty generous.
Hey, listen. Hey, listen. Hey, man. Hey, man. Look, man. Hey, these niggas stress white people out with this shit. Oh yeah. Hey, these niggas stress white people off. They be stressing white people out with this shit. Like, man, what the? Yeah. It was a generous clan, a nice clan. Everybody relax, man. As we somebody said Gettysburg gaggers. Hey, man, I don't even like laughing about this type of shit, but man, these like this is what I'm saying, man. Like these niggas be doing too much, man. Yeah, my people, share a holiday with the Klan, man. The Klan used to pass the peas, man. They used to pass the peas, man.
Probably rude. How old are you? Or if you don't mind answering, or if you don't want to answer, you don't have to.
33.
You're 33. Okay, so you probably have like a grandparent, literally, maybe even a parent who was told they couldn't get a loan from a bank or couldn't buy a certain type of house because of official like U.S. sanctioned policies like prior to the 1964 Civil Rights Act. Right? Do you agree with that? That there are like actual policies at banks, like things like redlining, where they would literally say, we do not loan to blacks.
Nah, that was based on credit. My people didn't have that problem. I'll tell you something about myself.
Wait, so you're
Yeah,
telling me that you don't believe in the 50s and 60s that people were specifically discriminated against because of skin color? You think it was all based on credit?
It was based on credit, and I'm gonna tell you why. But see, I'm a black person. I have roots that go all the way back to slavery, and I can tell you what my people went through. Now, I was born in a place called Rand, West Virginia, 95% white state. My grandmother would see the KKK in person. They never heard her or anything. Matter of fact, they would bring toys and food down to the black community in Christmas time, and also I think on the 4th.
Wait, do you think
Never
in
got
general the KKK was not as bad to black people as people make it out to be?
No, all I can speak on is what my grandmother told me. I don't know about how they were in other places, but in West Virginia, when my grandmother was growing up in the 30s, they never hurt anybody black. They actually were pretty generous. That's just what she said. Now, in other places, of course, it's not the case, but for my people, that's what it was. But moving right along from that, my great-grandfather on my mother's side owned land and 2 houses back in the 40s and 50s, and the 2 houses still stand to this day in West Virginia. Now, how was he able to do that if it was this whole big thing? Or you can't get money, you can't get a loan, all this, that, and the third. How is he able to own land? My father owned land in West Virginia. In West Virginia, oh, this is the worst place of black people. How is that possible? See, you've been told a thing a lot of times from your liberal teachers. It's not even your fault, man, because you just don't understand.
All right, man. Listen, man. Hey, shout out to oh man, shout out to the homie Mike V, man. Shout out to the homie Mike V told me about this shit. But I said, what? He said, bro, it's on YouTube. Man, I played this shit for like 3 days straight, man. I was like, man, ain't no way, man. Ain't no way, man. What up, Zach? What's up? Yeah, everybody hit the like button, man. We just not getting started, man. Yeah, it was good Klansmen on both sides, man. It was good Klansmen on both sides. You know, that. Yeah. As we proceed, man. So yesterday I did the live stream, and you know, Jason Whitlock, I kind of reported it out of order. So Jason Whitlock was responding to, you know, racist Nick Fuentes post. All right. It wasn't till later after he responded. And that what we played yesterday, where, you know, Jason Whitlock got a tongue lashing, that was the response for Nick Fuentes. So Nick Fuentes had the final say, and then today, Jason Whitlock just gave the most pathetic, weak, cowardice, effeminate, just goofball rebuttal to what Nick Fuentes hit him with yesterday. Now, he went to church, man. Yes, Jesus walks. He went to church. And I watched the live stream live today, and the chat box was going crazy. All right. And everybody was like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? And, you know, he can't say Nick Fuentes is racist. He can't say, he's got to say Nick Fuentes is not biblically principled. So it's like, he's not racist. He's biblically not principled, you know? And it was just, he was just so cooked that he literally just started criticizing black people and black culture. Like, he has no way to respond directly to actual racism. So I sat there. He was talking about George Floyd, talking about the hip hop and music and all the rest of shit. And I'm just sitting there like, what do this got to do with you getting a whooping yesterday? You know, what this got to do with you getting a whooping yesterday? You know, and he started talking about, and at the end of the live stream, he said, well, I guess the white racists are coming after me. I said, man, damn. This whole live stream was supposed to be that part. This whole live stream was supposed to be that part, And oh man, let me get to this over here because he goes, the title is Nick Fuentes goes full Black Lives Matter on Jason Whitlock, but it's not, BLM that he went on you,
A child.
Here we go. Let me see. Nope. I need the whole live stream. Where the whole thing at? Did he take down? Here it is. This it? Nope, that's not it. Did he take it down? Oh man, I know he didn't take it down. Yeah, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. I had to go over here. Here we go.
And pass along that understanding.
Just a whole bunch of.
You are in conservative media as a black guy.
Here we go. Let me do this real quick. Here we go. Yeah. Shout out to Useless. He said, imagine getting bullied by a racist twink. Man, listen, we talking about the goofiest of the goofiest. Like it was almost like he wasn't allowed to like address him as another man. Like Nick Fuentes is addressing him man to man type shit, not on some what we have to do as people. And you know what I'm saying? Like it was very, silly. It was very silly. Very silly. And I remember let me get over here real quick. Hold on. Everybody relax. Okay. Here we go. Let me double the speed. Fair use. That's what we're gonna do.
That can confer upon white people the dignity of not being called a racist for having their views. That's why you get paid. And that's why I don't, because I didn't have the privilege of being born black. I was born white. So there's a limit on what I can say. There's a limit on what I can say without being penalized in the so-called free marketplace of ideas. And everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows. And everybody's sick of it, especially in the conservative space, that blacks have had it easy. It is, and I don't doubt that he's a sincere person. I'm sure he's a sincere person. I'm sure he's genuine. But you are playing by a different set of rules, pal. You have training wheels on. You think you've earned it? Everything you have. Take a look around at your studio, your contract, your employees. If you said the stuff that you said as a white person, your ass would be fucking gone. And everybody knows that. You're on Blaze hosting E. Michael Jones talking about the Jews. It's a good fucking thing you're black, because if you weren't, you would have been fired like Elijah Schaffer.
I'm glad I remembered that clip.
Everybody hit the like button. Shout out to Uses for the cash app, man. I appreciate that, bro. Yeah, the trolls might be out. I'm just letting y'all know, man. The trolls might be pulling up. Man. The trolls might be pulling up, man. Just letting y'all know. Let's go.
Because there's a couple things going on here. There are, there's jealousy. There is some sort of belief that I'm immune to the consequences of my journalistic standards, of my approach to journalism. How dare you interview E. Michael Jones? And, if you were white, you would have been fired. And he's comparing me to Elijah Schaffer. I've had Elijah Schaffer on this show years ago when he worked at the Blaze. And when you are 57, 56 at that time, or when you start here at age 52, 53.
Hey, it's an old nigga, man. Y'all know the deal, man. Hey, man, y'all know the deal, man. Hey, listen, man. Hey man, make no mistake about it, man. We old niggas gotta go, but that ain't this stream. That ain't this stream. That ain't this stream, man. You left professional sports, retired, and you still ended up doing independent. Man, let me get out of there. Let me get out of there. Let me get out of there, man. The fuck. Moving right along.
Have put together, when God has put together for you the journalistic career that I've put together, and I'm sorry, that God has put together for me, and I say that in all sincerity, that the things that I accomplished as a journalist, and they're on record, there's no question about it, that God allowed me to be one of the best sports journalists, and this will be offensive to the people that hate me, but it's just reality, in American history. Accomplished some things, wrote stories that major national impact, time after time after time again, exposed truths that no one else was going to expose. And I'm in my 50s.
I don't give a fuck if you old. I don't know why. Yo, listen. I'm so glad that I have this self-awareness about myself, that I know that once I get up in age, I will never ever talk about how old I am. How old I am. I will never lean on my age. At this age, no. You're supposed to be where you're at your age. All right. You are. You're supposed to have predecessors by that time in your age. You know what I'm saying? Like, just relax. All right. Relax. And one thing I've seen about this too is that he trying to go about this Nick Fuentes thing like he would go like against like black people. Like, he's gonna show the degeneracy and everybody's gonna jump on board. He knows exactly what type of base he has. He knows exactly what type of subscriber base he has. And this doesn't work. I've seen it. He getting toe up right now because he's like, this person is not biblical. He's not godlike and he's demonic and all the rest is just like, bro, that is like an attack that is reserved for black people on your side. All right. They're gonna reject this. They're gonna reject this. Here's what they are, man. I won't say they're gonna reject this. Yeah, hit the like button. What up, New?
And he's comparing me to a child who was at the beginning of his career in the media, and expects.
He said he had training wheels on.
That a child in this profession should be treated like a decorated military veteran in this profession. That me and Elijah Schaefer should be treated the same. That's a level of privilege that they want that perhaps is irrational.
See, and this is the I'm good enough, boss. I'm good enough. I did all this work. I'm good enough. I'm good enough. I'm qualified. I would never ever try to like qualify myself. If I had the reputation and pedigree in my field, the last thing I'm gonna do is jump online and try to explain. If it's so self-evident about your accomplishments and who you are, you don't do this type of shit. You just get to it. All that go without saying. When you got to bring up your history and your experience and all this weak ass, punk ass shit, fuck that, dog. He said you got training wheels on. All right. That's what he let you know. It don't matter how much you work. The man told you can have all the studios you want. The man told you are underneath another man. That's what. Listen, man. That's the argument. Not this whole. Okay, fine. And God gave me the ability, and God gave me the ability, and cut it off, cut it out, man. Cut it out. Stop playing. Stop joking around, man. You've been totally disrespected, dog. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Stop trying to be rational. You were allowed to be a man, dog. You allowed to be a man. All right? You allowed to be a man, dog. I couldn't imagine somebody talk shit about me and I had to bring my report card to the table, man. You got me fucked up. All right? I'm the OG, not you.
And the assertion that I've been given everything. Oh boy, that's quite a stretch. But he can have that narrative. Doesn't bother. I don't want to remotely sound defensive about it. But the one thing I do want to answer to
too late
is like this thought that I'm here to confer dignity on white conservatives. I'm here to defend Christian values.
Nah, I need that Coach Greg Adams buzzer one time, man. I'm here to protect Christian values. Boy, I tell you, run that back.
That's quite a stretch, but he can have that narrative. Doesn't bother. I don't want to remotely sound defensive about it. But the one thing I do want to answer to is like this thought that I'm here to confer dignity on white conservatives. I'm here to defend Christian values.
Do you know how silly this nigga sound? Bro, dude, Nick Fuentes done sent this boy to church. Nick Fuentes done sent this boy to church. I'm talking about he here to defend Christian values. He was just talking about Joy Taylor cans and Carmel skin, and he had a chance to bust that pussy open. You know what I'm saying? That was 2 months ago. What we at now, man? He done turn you into a little schoolboy, man. Stand up. Stand up. Yeah, big cans and peanut butter skin. Stand up for yourself, man. Stand up. This boy done sent y'all at the Sunday school, man. I'm here to defend Christian values. Knock it out. Knock it off, man. Shit crazy, man. Yeah, I'm here to defend Christian values. Yeah, Mr. Big Cans. Mr. Big Cans and shit, man. Knock it off.
I'm here to defend anyone that stands on Christian values. And I don't want Christian values demonized as racist. And so anybody that is standing on the truth, the historical account in this Bible, and stands on that truth firmly and points back to this Bible and his word and his ways.
Man, listen, man. I ain't trying to, man. I ain't trying to. Hey, let me say this real quick, man. I know I'm gonna offend some people. It is what it is, man. Man, you Christian niggas be pussy than a motherfucker, dog. You pussy. Yeah, hey, I'm just putting that out there, man. You Christian niggas, Bible niggas. Hey, man, listen. When it come down to it, man, like you gotta, when you can't do nothing, you hide behind the Bible, man, instead of fucking standing on your square, man, nigga. Man, fuck all that shit, man. Fuck all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, God seen everything you did already, nigga. Hey, God already seen everything. This ain't the time to turn it to, this ain't the time to turn it to an angel, dog. Yeah, I'm just being honest. This should be very strange, man. Motherfuckers get totally disrespected. They'll be like, well, I'm taking the high road, Fuck that. Fuck the high road. Just crazy. And now, the sharks is on them. The sharks is on them. Ain't no other none of these other black conservatives coming to his aid right now. All right. Not ABL, not Officer Tatum, not Candace Owens. Not the Hodge twins. None of these other black, none of these Negro conservatives is coming to his aid. They watching this man get pulled into the deep end and be totally dominated. You know what I'm saying? Just, yeah, man. And this what happened when he don't even call this man racist. He don't even directly say he came at me racist. He came at me in an unbiblical fashion, head ass, you know, acting very strange about all this shit, man. You know, and they on him. They really on him for just disagreeing. Just disagreeing. You know, I think he gonna get booted from the Blaze. I give him to the end of this year. 2026, he gonna definitely be out the Blaze because, you know, once he opened that door, you know, he probably this how I see it playing out. He gonna get tired of hiding behind the Bible. He gonna slip up and go off on one of these white boys, and it's gonna go to the boss, and then that's where he gonna have some problems. You know, that's when he gonna have some problems. You know,
and I've watched the culture try to demonize people standing on this word and this truth, and they're trying to cleverly paint it as racist, and only white conservatives do this or do that, or white evangelicals.
Yes. I'm glad he said that too. I'm so glad he said that too. That's the sauce right there.
Or white evangelicals or Uncle Tom black people. Yeah, I want to confer dignity to God's truth, and I don't want it smeared and promoted.
What about yourself? What about yourself though, bro? What about your own dignity? What about your own dignity? And see, I'm gonna tell y'all this, the mind games he playing right now is that he's hiding behind something that other white people should be hiding behind. That way, so he's not alone. All right. That's why he won't stand up for his own dignity. He started talking about the dignity of the Bible, the dignity of something that they all believe together. This is some weak ass, bitch made ass, pussified, cuck ass bullshit. All right. That's all this is. Hiding behind the Bible. That way, so you can unite with other white people on the right, on the far right, behind the Bible together. All right. That way, so they can you pretty much saying, hey, he jumping me. Like in the fight, you trying to be loud with the Bible, so they have a reason to jump in and pull them off of you and shit. You know, yeah, Dusty, yeah, seeking salvation. You seeking salvation right now, dog. You seeking salvation right now. All right. If any other nigga would have said, nigga, you ain't shit, you on training wheels, you everything was given, you will be up in arms. I'd have seen you go off and talk big shit about plenty niggas, man. You ain't bring up not damn Bible. You ain't went to church one time on Stephen A. Smith. You ain't went to church on not one time on LeBron James. I never heard you go to church on LeBron James one time. All right. This shit is uber weak. This shit right here is uber weak. All right. This shit right here is uber weak. There's no reason for you to be acting like this. There's no reason for you to be acting like this.
As racist or harmful for black people. And that's what they've been doing. Hey, if you follow the Bible, black people, that's going to harm you. And I am here to object to that. And I will defend anybody that I believe is following this Bible. And I will call out anybody that's pretending to follow the Bible while pointing people straight to hell. And so that's why I've had to, from time to time, pretty consistently on this show, like, hey man, this stuff going on in the pulpit in these black churches and all this racial idolatry and all this understanding of the world they're passing on to their congregants, that this is a battle of black versus white. That's why I call, hey man, that's not biblical. There's no way. We can go to Ephesians. We're one in Christ.
yeah, this oh man, this ain't gonna work, bro. This ain't gonna work, dog. Hey, this ain't gonna work, bro. All niggas had to do was just be honest. All niggas had to do was not be extremely biased. All niggas had to do was be free thinkers and have their own analysis on social issues. But instead, they knew which direction it was going. They knew how to fall in line. And here we are. Now, you got to run to an outside source that everybody can agree on your side, like the Bible. All right. Now you done turned to a whole Sunday school teacher. And it was sad, man. It was sad, man. Yeah, everybody hit the like button as we proceed, man.
We can go to the Bible and find no mention of race. And I know that y'all try to find, well, I think it's inferred and this and that. And I think if you understand when Paul called out Peter, that was really about race. I've heard it all. It's all hot garbage. It's not true. It's your understanding.
And see, this is where I disagree because, again, like I stated earlier, the Catholic Church gave the transcontinental slave trade their blessing. All right. That's what happened under the Pope in recent times. All right. Under a papal bull, whatever they called it. And to ignore all of that is just silly, just silly. And when you all the way on the right, you have white people who think that this should be a white country who call this country God's country. All right. Hey, listen, man. When we talk about religion and shit, that's just how it is. All right. Before civil rights, the money had "In God We Trust" on it. All right. So if you want to sit here and try to unite everybody with Christianity in America, it just shows how silly you are. It just shows how silly you are. Literally burn crosses. Set crosses on fire in America. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be retarded. Don't be silly. All right, let's not be silly. Really, you should have just left your religion out of this. It's really like, don't get me on it. Don't get me on it because I think you kind of even downplaying your own religion by using it this way. It's just not, it is what it is. It's just like I'm gonna use Christianity. You never use Christianity to deal with no niggas. The only time you bring Christianity out is to deal with, Nick Fuentes. All right.
And you shouldn't lean into your understanding. Because trust me, if we were in a battle of black versus white, one of them early chapters in the Old Testament, one of them early chapters in the New Testament would have been like, hey, let me tell y'all about this black versus white battle that's going to rule the world. Doesn't do that. People that want to lean into their own understanding pass along that understanding to justify the racial idolatry they use.
Don't get the Hebrew Israelites in here. Hey, I think I got some tribe guys in the chat box. I know I got some tribe guys in the chat box. Hey, don't get hey, don't get the tribe guys popping, man. The tribe guys gonna go off.
To build an audience. Louis Farrakhan did it and does it. Nick Fuentes did it and does it. Mix in tiny kernels of truth, or even some big kernels of truth, but lace it with racial idolatry. That's how you build an audience. And so when you say, I'm rejecting the racial idolatry.
Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Let Jason Whitlock talk about rejecting the racial idolatry. I reject the racial ideology, bro. And again, like you literally, you got smoked. You got smoked. The man said, "Hey, this is stop blaming rap. Stop blaming all of this stuff. Stop blaming this for how black people act. Stop blaming that shit." And it goes against everything you've been doing for years. And instead of just countering, all right, instead of countering, you respectfully or disrespectfully to it, we got to go to Sunday school and shit. We got to go to Sunday school and shit. You know, I reject racial ideology. Like, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. And Nick, listen. Nick has been saying what damn near everybody has been saying. All right. And now white people don't need black conservatives to speak on their behalf. All right. To say things that they would not normally be able to say. That is the truth. You were a racial hitman. Candace Owens was a racial hitman. Y'all like racial special ops. That's what y'all was. Racial special ops. All right. That's what it was. Racial special ops. And you know the assignment. All of y'all know the assignment. All y'all know y'all special forces. That's it. Yeah. Pit bulls and shit. All right. Pit bulls and shit. Look at Eric. Look, Candace Owens is the truth, though, man. That bitch running right now. For white folks. Oh, man. We're going to get to Candace Owens, too. She copping please now, too. They on her head right now. She running, too. Oh, I think it's time to, like, get away from the MAGA thing. I think it's time to get away from the MAGA thing. Like, nah, bitch. Hell no. Hell no. Yeah, I'll let you come up and simp for Candace Owens. Give me a second. Let me finish with this though. Let me finish with this. I got the live stream I'm gonna do after this is far more important, man. We got tariffs, all kind of shit to talk about. I wasn't even gonna do this live stream till later. This would end up being a double header, but yeah, we're gonna get to that shit later though. You know, we're gonna get to that in the middle in a minute. You know. Nick started the MAGA shit. Nick was at the start of the MAGA shit. Yeah, they are racial all-stars. Yeah, Nick Fuentes was at the beginning of it. Nick Fuentes was the first person to say, man, this is some bullshit. This is not American first policy. All right. Nick Fuentes is in it for the long haul to save grandpa country. All right. Nick Fuentes ain't even he ain't budging at all. All right. He ain't budging at all. Man, this go way, man. This go way back. So as we proceed, man, let's go.
It's a lot harder to build an audience because people, black, white, they've been programmed to only like the taste of racial idolatry. That's what tickles their ears. I'm a special person. I'm the chosen people. Don't you know all the struggles I've been through? Didn't they tell you about the Holocaust? Didn't they tell you about the Tulsa Massacre? Didn't they tell you all the troubles? Nick Fuentes, he got banned on YouTube. Didn't they tell you about that? I'm the chosen people. Unless you drop to your knees and praise and worship me, unless you make sure everything you say about me doesn't hurt my feelings, you'll never see the gates of heaven. I can't find that anywhere in the Bible, but I hear people preaching it every single day.
Man, this was like, I'd have seen people cop pleas before. I'd have seen people run the church before, you know, but this right here is just on a whole different level. You know, this on a whole different level. You know, I done heard a lot of people duck and dodge, and he on everything except Nick Fuentes hit him upside the head with. You know?
It's a competition to be the chosen people. And what I'm sitting here telling you, you ain't important, I ain't important, my skin color ain't important, your skin color ain't important.
Oh man. And see, this is an all or nothing thing. This is an all or nothing thing. Like it's never going to be. He even did it in the same, like, not even a minute ago. Not even a minute ago. You know, where he was comparing, he couldn't just say, "What about the Holocaust?" He had to throw Tulsa in there to even it out. You know, it can only be 100% towards black culture, black community, black thing doing this, black this, black this. That's the only way it can be 100. Any other way is, you know, your skin don't matter and my skin don't matter. It's like, nah. Nah, we in the United States of America, bro. Why don't you just go and take that, you know, just take that argument with you, you know? Why don't you take that argument with you every day? Get on here and just say your skin color doesn't matter and my skin color doesn't matter. All right, it's gonna go up. It's going. You know, I give him to the end of the year. He finna get booted from the Blaze. End of the year. End of the year.
The culture that you choose to adopt, Bible tells me that's very important. How many different stories, how many different times does that story have to be unpacked in the Bible before people that call themselves Christians acknowledge, man, we better speak up on these cultural differences. We better speak up on these pagan cultures. We better tell people to reject these cultures that will put them at odds with God. Because there's some curses and consequences that come along with that you do not want to experience. I was going to get into the MLK Ultra aspect of all of this, but
then he went down the conspiracy route.
Don't I
called a man a fed with no evidence?
Don't I got a little bit more business to take care of before we get out of here? No, I think it's not Relief Factor. Yeah, is it not really? We've already done Relief Factor. Hey, the Blaze has a new magazine, Frontier.
Hold on, man. Let me get past this shit.
Back here on my desk, we have, it's for members only. Leave this alone or move on. I really can't leave this alone because I think this is going to be an ongoing conversation.
Yeah, because they on X. I'm talking about they going in on this nigga on X. You know, and the thing is, man, you got the Tariq Nasheed crowd jumping in, man. Like I'm talking about just going out bad, man. And none of these other black conservatives is jumping in. Like, they don't have no opinion. Yo, hey, Officer Tatum ain't got no opinion. Anthony Brian Logan ain't got no opinion. You know what I'm saying? Anton Daniels ain't got no opinion. You know what I'm saying? Candace Owens ain't got no opinion. This nigga out there in the water by himself, man. And the crazy part is he responded to something that wasn't even directed at him. And I think he thought it was going to be slight work. And I thought he thought it was going to be slight work. Like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to jump in. Because when Nick Fuentes posted that shit about, you know, blacks and black culture and stuff like that, somebody in the comments section said, what about black conservatives? And then they started talking about Jason Whitlock. And then Jason Whitlock jumped in the mix and he was like, oh, he had to be talking about me. I'm the one. Those are my talking. But it's like, no, y'all all got the same flashcards. All right. Those talking points don't belong to you. All right. Them talking points been all over AM radio. The talking points been all over AM radio. Stormfront, you know. Look at Spargo. Leave my pro-black queen Candace Owens out. Yeah, I heard she was taking the pro-black route. Man. Hey, shout out to Candace. You know, they start hounding her with that all that new Andrew Tate shit. She was like, I'm out. Hey, all them new Andrew Tate charges came right after they did the interview together. She was like, "All right, I'm done. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out."
That this psyop isn't over. We're just at the beginning of it, and the psyop is the aftermath
So this is a psyop.
of Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf. It's not the event; it's the aftermath. It's being used to divide us, make us lean into our own understandings, make us see ourselves as in some kind of black-white racial conflict rather than a culture war. And we all need the courage to stand up to these wicked, evil cultures that are leading us astray and putting us at each other's throats.
And the only evil culture that he's able to talk about is hip hop and black people culture. You know.
And so, again, when I've already said it, but I know exactly who I'm dealing with. I know exactly what I'm up against. I know that the people backing him will come after me, and I'm not crying about any of that. I'm not, but I just, my eyes are wide open. These racial idolaters, because I've already been through this. I've had the black racial idolaters already come for me.
Now look, and this is like either he think everybody else is dumb or he don't understand. He have no self-awareness. Where he's like, I already got the black people coming after me. They already coming after me. That's fine. But he knows that's his assignment. He knows that's his assignment. You know.
Now it's time for the white racial idolaters
to
come for me. And they've come for me before, but now it's time for them to really come for me.
Now it's time for them to really come for me. And again, like I stated, like, white people don't need black front men to spread their messages and to gaslight the left. They don't need these guys no more. They don't need them no more. Like we in the era of like free speech for real type shit. Like everything is kind of being more laxed, and all of them, like they it's no need for them. And now you got the Nick Fuenteses of the world. They don't want to see y'all in y'all big studios and shit. They don't want to see y'all get paid by the Blaze. They don't want to see y'all get paid by the, and they think they deserve that shit. All right. So it don't matter if you saying the same thing, it don't matter if you thought y'all was cool or whatever, there's no need for you no more. And I think all these guys finna get that smoke. They don't care. They don't care no more. It's like, well, okay, so what's the point of Jason Whitlock? Like, I'm just saying. That's why I'm saying black conservatives, they facing a major layoffs here in a little bit. Yeah, the DEI layoffs. Because again, they are on some segregated ass identity politics ass shit. On some, I'm a black conservative, all right? Like you got different section. Y'all sit in the different section. And that's what Nick said. Like, man, listen, man. He said black conservatives have it easy. I might run that back. But now he like, yeah, now the white race idolaters are coming after me.
Because I'm trying to stand in the way and trying to alert people like, hey, these black racial idolaters, white racial idolaters, they're all the same.
See, he can't even just address the white idolaters. Whenever he critiquing black people, he never bring up white people. Whenever he critiquing black people, he never talk about nobody else. All right. Now that the white people on his ass, that he don't have a good way to do it. He don't even know how. Like I said in the last live stream, they only have one gear. They can't even shift gears. They can't shift directions. They can't do nothing different. Like this is like they subconsciously they start critiquing black people and black culture and shit. Like their mind does it automatically. Like no matter what the situation is, it's like I got to do a mental gymnastics and leap all the way to this is black people shit. This is what black people are doing, right? And the issue is the white racial idolaters or whatever. That's your issue right now. All right. That's your issue right now. If you could just do that and focus on that, but you can't because you know what's gonna happen. You know what's gonna happen. All right. You know what's gonna happen. Shout to the SBE said black conservatives are rainbows. Uh-oh. Shout to Deanie. Deanie said this like when Donovan Sharp was getting his head chopped off by them white boys and they started blaming black people for laughing at his goofy ass. Shout to Mr. G. Mr. G said, when you go full Riri with the grift, yeah, you can't turn back around and try to be like more center right, less you can't be less biased because you stuck. You'll actually start to like contradict yourself. And that's why what happens to him is he start to contradict himself. He start to contradict himself. My bad. That dropped some. Shout to Todd. Todd said, I definitely know he doesn't want some of that log cabin Republican smoke. Keep cooking them, Todd. We'll definitely be. Oh, well, he definitely can't come back over here. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He can't. That's exactly what I'm talking about right now. He can't move back. Like they just been so extremely biased. Now when you have issues with white people, it's you stuck. And the second you say, hey, this is I'm being treated unfairly, they're gonna be like, what'd you just say? What'd you just say? Yeah, you out. Shout out to Mr. G said racial all-stars. Absolutely. Shout out to Mr. G again. He said white boy gonna eat their fatty, man. Yeah, he going through it, man. Caesar D with the hundo, man. What's up, my G? He said Nick Fuentes will spin the block on the rest of the black conservatives. This was sad to watch. But that's what I'm saying. Like he literally said black conservatives. He did not, even when he was going after him, he said black conservatives. And we gonna get to some more shit here in a little bit. But yeah, it was. Said this was sad to watch. Jason Whitlock going out bad. I've never seen Jason this soft-spoken with black people. Candace Owens' pivot was fast as fuck. Hell yeah, she got out of Dodge. Candace Owens got the fuck out of Dodge, man. She got out of there. Got out of there. Yeah, politically homeless. But I appreciate that, Caesar D. But yeah, man, getting that work, man. It's that's how that shit go. That's how that shit go, man. Ain't no coming back. Let me get over here real quick. Here we go. Let me see. Here we go. Hey, it's the homie, man. Hold on, man. It's the homie, man. Yeah, it's the homie. It's the homie. Here, check him out. Watch him work. Yeah. There he is.
Let me fix my bow tie. We at the White House. We back in here. We waiting on President Donald J. Trump. Yeah. I look so good in the red hat.
Yeah. Going in, man. Shout out to the homie, man. Shout out to the homie. Elon. That's the homie, man. Elon. We got Keith. Keith said, if you happen to live in America, you're blessed and enjoy many benefits. Appreciate what you have. I'm extremely appreciative of what I have. All right. I love being an American. I take advantage of most of all of my rights that I can. All right. I don't take this great country for granted. I don't take this great country for granted. All right. Somebody said, Keith, how much mayonnaise? Yeah, y'all wilder, man. Y'all wilder, man. Let friends of the show make it, man. You know, let friend of the show make it, man. Be thankful. I am. I'm thankful for Grandpa Country. I'm thankful for Grandpa Country. You know. Moving right along. So we have we got the N-word girl, you know. We got the N-word girl on deck, you know. Here she is, man. Hey. Now she made her rounds, you know. When they say the N-word in around a group of black people, and then black people overreact. And then, it's a whole spectacle. And then, niggas so dumb. But, recently I got to give black people props for not being so triggered. I think they finally catching on. We finally catching on. All right. Because I've been caught on. All right. I've been caught on. So I'm not triggered by racist white people. In fact, in this great, beautiful country, you are allowed to be racist. All right. You have freedom of association. So that goes for black people, white people, Hispanics, Asians. That goes for I understand all of my rights. All right. I'm not trying to impede on anybody's rights. I don't feel some type of way when people say they don't like black people, or, they don't want to be around black people, or, what I'm saying? Because the truth is, Grandpa's country is multicultural. All right. And it is what it is. Okay. Grandpa made sure that we had all of these flavors in this recipe a long time ago. All right. A long time ago. Grandpa made sure that this place had some flavor. All right. Whether it came through slavery, violence, immigration, Grandpa made sure that this motherfucker was mixed up and blended to perfection. All right. All right. Blended to perfection, man. And we do gotta thank Grandpa. We do gotta thank Grandpa. All right. We do gotta be. Hey, Grandpa made it so the richest man in this motherfucker is first generation, long after the build process. All right. Grandpa made it so that the richest people here, all right, the people who benefited the most, flew over his great grandkids. Yes, the melting pot. Grandpa set this motherfucker off, man. Shout out to Grandpa. If Grandpa played a big part in what America is today. All right, everybody. He said Grandpa was a Jesuit. Y'all wilder, man. Y'all wilder, man. Yeah, shout out to Grandpa, man. Shout out to our founding fathers. Shout out to our founding fathers, all right? Yeah. But moving right along. So I remember this chick going around getting all this clout. She was triggering people. She was doing the, I'm gonna go over here and say the N-word around black people, and they're gonna get mad. And it worked. And for me, I don't have no tolerance for racist people who claim to not people but want to be around black people. Like, I'll help you not be around black people. Like, you can, I'll show you the exit, show you where to go. Otherwise you just aggravating. You know what I'm saying? And I try to tell people this, like, if you're gonna be aggravating people, I mean, like, you know, what's the point of being around? So I just help. I help racist white people like move around, like, you know. But you know, it's some people that be like, yeah, we gotta have the conversation. Let's have the conversation. Let's talk to. Let's do, you know, say anything for clicks and views. You know, niggas are, you know, niggas will degrade themselves digitally. You know, just, you know, to get some engagement, man. But I ain't that desperate for engagement like that. You know, online, I'm cool on that. You know, you know, yeah, digitally degraded. Digitally degraded. Yeah, digitally spat on. I'm good. All right, I'm good. So moving right along as we proceed. Okay, Jason Whitlock. You know, he in the grinder. And unfortunately, the other black conservatives not coming to help, man.
So basically,
oh no, here we go. Let's get some. There we go.
The way this nigga acts is.
Here we go.
So basically, the way this nigga acts is if he doesn't agree with something you have to say, or something triggers him because he's a weak black man at the end of the day, offended that somebody said nigga, or offended that Nick doesn't want to live around blacks because he's sick of seeing people just be senselessly murdered. Nick's a fed and I'm a psyop. I said nigga, he's offended. Nick said, I don't want to live around blacks. He's offended. Calls him a fed. He's being paid. Same thing. So we're in the same boat. So I do have a dog in this fight.
I'm sick and tired of all girls getting blamed.
Oh yeah, this was the chick that was in the kitchen and shit. I remember that shit. Let's go.
Or like guys, for information.
We don't need to watch
fresh off the
video,
boat. They're married to broke ass.
She seems like a total psyop to me.
Oh, totally. Look at these two blacks. If you told me that this was a conservative show, I would never believe you.
Damn black conservatives. Why wouldn't you think this was a black conservative show? You got, you know, it's nothing ratchet going on. Hold on, let's pick that apart. All right. Cause, you know, conservative. I remember when people was like, I asked people, I said, black conservatism and white conservatism is not the same. And I used to have to tell dudes this shit, and they'd be like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Conservatism is just conservatism. And then I'd be like, nah, what they mean about being conservative and their conservative values and shit, you know, I promise you it's not the same, you know. And yeah, we ran with the hood conservative shit, and that's when I was just like, you can't take these conservative quote unquote talking points about black people and then just assimilate to what other people think about black people, you know. And some dudes, they don't even give a fuck, like straight up, like they owe some, you know, we just gonna go in on niggas, and that's being conservative. You know, that's being conservative, is that everything got to be about black culture this, black culture that, and then they'll be like, that's what makes me a black conservative. And that's what Nick Fuentes was talking about. You know, that's exactly what Nick Fuentes was talking about, is that you are hired to speak bad about black people. That is your job. All right. You say things that we can't say, all right, for the fear of being called racist, but those days are over. All right. We with Rumble and everything else going on, like, you don't get it's kind of liberal in one sense, where it's like you get a DEI pass from everybody, you know. Pretty much you get to use the race card that we don't have. All right. Then that's why you on the team. but here we are, you know. And again, I ask, like, why? What's not conservative about these two right here? I don't see nothing ratchet. I don't see nothing out of place, you know.
These two blacks. If you told me that this was a conservative show, I would never believe you.
And again, I'm glad she said that because they not ratchet. There's no ghetto shit going on. It ain't no YN shit going on. You know, just based off of what you see right here, there's nothing that would make me think that they not finna talk about, you know, conservative shit. Yeah, he said no weave, no weave. Like, I mean, especially on Jason's side, like it's no swag, sloppy ass shirt, just a fat pig looking nigga, man. I'll just be honest, man. It's just, you know, just a slouchy nigga. I wouldn't, you know, it's that I wouldn't either. But outside of that, it's nothing ghetto. It's nothing, you know. But you know, this what it is, though, man. I remember she was on. You know what? I believe she was on hood conservative shit. I believe she did make her rounds to hood conservative shit. I can't remember if she was on SKC shit. But they be having these people around, man. They be having these fucking weird, strange ass fucking racist people around, man. Like, you know. And what's crazy is, you know, I believe it was Tommy Sotomayor that actually roasted the fuck out of her and her dad. You know, because you know, Tommy made a good point. Like, all y'all, if y'all like so much better than black people, but all y'all do is just try to be around black people. Like, you don't have no job, you don't have nothing else better to do. Like, you're not part of a higher society. Like, you have exponential amounts of time to just be around black people that you don't like so much. You're very strange with this shit, you know? But yeah. And I remember that shit. It was like, man, listen, man, you know, and it was quite pathetic, but I mean, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. No, this the same chick. Somebody said they have self-esteem problems. It'd be weird, man. But anyways, moving right along. Let's go.
If I didn't know this was The Blaze, I would never believe you. I would have thought this was one of the millions of little loser black shows.
And again, The Blaze, they finna once they start getting to The Blaze, that's when he finna be out. That's when he finna be out. You know, that's when he finna be out. You know.
On black Twitter where they were shitting on, can you believe this cracker said nigga? By the way, I said nigga, not nigger. Okay, you're a nigger. Both of these are niggers. Nigger. But these two niggers right here are simply offended that I use the N-word. That's the crux of all this. They can explain away all they want. They can make it sound intellectual. They can make sound like it's a real hot take. But bottom line, these people are offended that I said the N-word. Okay? This is why I don't trust people of color on our team. I'm sorry, because I've seen so many of them flip.
Wait, what is your team? See? Hold on, wait a minute. See? I told y'all niggas, man. I told y'all niggas, man, I told y'all niggas, man. I said, get from over there, man. Get from over there. I told them, get from over there, dog. I said, get from over there, man. You know. Man, y'all, black people always trigger. You always try. I said, man, get from over there, man. Put a 1 in the chat if you remember, right? I'm gonna see with my old school. I'm gonna see where the OGs at, man. Put a 1 in the chat if you remember, right? It was a picture I used to pull up, and it was it was a group of the Proud Boys, and it was a whole group of white boys, and it was one black dude, and everybody was throwing up the white power sign, and he was throwing up the peace sign like this, man. And he was throwing up the peace sign, and you know, that was crazy times, man. Yeah, that was crazy. That's on my old laptop. I need to go get that. I need to fix the screen on that old laptop, man. Yeah, it was an old nigga too, man. Yeah, he was a token. Everybody throwing up the white power sign. He was like that with the peace sign, looking weak as fuck. I remember that shit, bro. But that was she said, you know, this is our team. This is our team. You know. Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, Obsidian back in the it's a picture floating around of Obsidian. That's a whole nother live stream, actually. Let them know.
Color on our team. I'm sorry, because I've seen so many of them flip. I see so many of them flip. Just like that fag. Who's that black fag? He was a big conservative guy. He's a total faggot. And apparently he went to some rally or somebody, and he claims that somebody said the N-word. And then he's on CNN talking about racism on the right wing. It's like, this is our token blacks, okay?
Yep. Damn.
These are our black conservatives. You say something that it triggers them, and the BLM comes out immediately. So you can't. The point of this is don't trust them. Okay.
And again, like, let me explain the rules to you niggas over here, right? They can do whatever the fuck they want to say. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do. All right. But yo motherfucking ass better not be mad or retaliate or say anything back. All right. Or you're BLM. You BLM. You better suck it up, Buttercup. You know? Suck it up, Buttercup. Somebody said this evil pearl. Y'all wilding. Yeah, you gotta sit there and just, you know, cucked out. Just cucked out.
Plant, someone put a battery in her back. This is some scheme someone's orchestrated. They want to trigger people into supporting her and then reveal dirt on her.
Okay. Well, this didn't age well. What dirt on me exactly?
And she is a single mother, by the way. We talk about a straight single mother, by the way. Move right along. move right along.
So it's been about a year since I came on the scene, and I've been under believe me, I've been under a microscope. Hundreds of thousands of people digging into my every aspect of my life. Okay, so this didn't age well. This is all just elaborate because you're offended that somebody said the N-word. Meanwhile, you're Mr. Pro-free speech. You're Mr. Anti-cancellation. Cancel culture ends here. Cancel culture bad. We're not offended. Shut the fuck up, nigger.
Damn. Oh heavens. Hey man, listen, man. Hey, what little Boosie daughter say? I told y'all niggas. Man, listen, man. Hey, it is what it is, man. I ain't see, listen. Officer Tatum ain't pulled up. Anthony Brown Logan ain't pulled. Ain't nobody pulled up, man. They just, nobody got an opinion. Yeah, she love that shit. But for me, I like it too, because this is what these niggas gaslight everybody else with when they tell you that, man, what's racist? Oh, it's a white. Who is that? Where American man at? American man, where you at, man? Motherfucker, get on my panel, talk about black people harbor resentment. Black people harbor resentment. You know, they can't live amongst everybody. They carry this resentment against white people. It's like, man, shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up, man. He said, how come the black conservatives ain't talk about? They can't. They in a strange place. They gotta take the Bible route. They're gonna have to take some other route, you know. Spurgo said Becky got a pass. Becky don't got a pass, bro. There's plenty of Beckys that's not wilding out for the attention of the far right. That ain't a corner. They can't do nothing. They built their whole subscriber base, their whole fan base is built off of going in on black people. You know, that is what it is. So let's go.
Shut the fuck up. You're just offended that I said the N-word. And you're just offended and a crybaby, just like Nick said, because Nick said he doesn't want to live around your ass. So get the fuck out of here.
And say, look who you're supporting.
And again, I'm glad she said that because, you know, Jason Whitlock probably got more than the last 3 generations of her whole family put together. That's just, and that's light work. And that's light work. Like Jason Whitlock probably sitting on 3 generations of her family's money. And she still think that he like a YN. You know, she's like, she still think that somebody like Jason Whitlock is a YN. She still think that, you know, he doesn't want to, even Nick made exceptions like, no, not all black people black, because you know, Kanye probably gonna see him about some bullshit, you know, but Nick doesn't want to live around your ass. Like, man, Nick probably can't afford to live around Jason Whitlock, you know, and that's the delusion that a lot of these loser white people, these loser racist white people be online just having this delusion in their head that like every black person is like in a third world country or some shit. You know, my home is better than her home. I'll put money on it right now. I live in a better neighborhood than her. I put money on that. But, you know, they just get on here, just, you know, they just talk like it's just, they have George Floyd in their head and everybody is George Floyd. Even black conservatives are George Floyd. All right. I know it's tough for niggas to hear. I know it is tough for niggas to hear that shit, you know, but this is why motherfuckers be extremely biased, you know. Spurgo says super chat's gonna get out the hood.
So she'll end up being Nicole Fuentes. There's Nick Fuentes that everybody gets upset about, and now they'll have Nicole Fuentes.
I actually find that quite complimentary. I love how even in this video he compares me and Nick. Because he's offended. You're a fucking pussy, Jason Whitlock. You're a fucking pussy. And you're a nigger. And you're an Uncle Tom. And you're a coon. Okay?
Damn. Hell. Hell. Hey man, you got the whole lineup, Jason.
I love how even in this video he compares me and Nick. Because he's offended. You're a fucking pussy, Jason Whitlock. You're a fucking pussy. And you're a nigger. And you're an Uncle Tom.
Damn, man. Damn. Yeah, he got a 3-piece. Yeah, she hit that boy with a 3-piece, man. Yeah, hit the like button as we proceed, man. Yeah, she hit that boy with a 3-piece. Bop, bop, bop. Boom, bop, boom, bop, boom, bop, bam. Reality said he is a pussy, though. Hey, Nah, I ain't taking this bitch side. Fuck that hoe. Fuck that hoe. I ain't taking this bitch side, man. Fuck that bitch, man. That's how you got to talk to these slut buckets over here, man. You gotta tell these little fucking trailer park bitches, man. Shut your ass up, bitch. Yeah, man. Fuck all that shit, man. Stand on business, man. Stand on business.
And you're a coon, okay? So.
Boy, hey, niggas be mad when you call them a coon. Yeah, I know. Go ahead. Call me a coon. Go ahead. Call me a coon. I know. That's all you niggas do. Go ahead. Call me a coon. I already know you're going to call me a coon. Hey, well, motherfuckers will call you a coon just to call you a coon, dog. But, man, some motherfuckers out there, they really mean you a coon, bro. For real. You know? We'll just call you a coon on some scoring shit. You know? And you're a coon.
What it is. More on Jason. This is again his take. He's super up in arms and taking the Christian route here.
Uh-oh.
He's super up in arms that anybody is mad at the way that Austin Metcalf's dad responded.
Oh man, so man, it's been some updates on that case. I don't even want to cover that case, to be honest, man. I gave my opinion on that shit, but I guess the dad came out and said he forgave him. You know, and that white people mad about that shit too. So
when people were asking him about the killing, so people naturally are like, well, this is a racial thing, because it is. All right, this is a racial thing, and people are outraged. What does his dad come out and say? Austin's dad comes out. His kid's not cold in the grave. And he's already trying to be like, this isn't racist. Stop saying this is a racism thing. I forgive him. It's totally fine. And people are naturally a little incensed at that. They're like, well, I mean, I don't want to criticize you. Your son just died, but that's definitely not the approach I would take if it was my son that got stabbed in the heart by a black person. I wouldn't be jumping the gun with his body not even in the grave yet to explain to people how he forgives him and it's not racist.
Damn, man. Even white, hey, that's what I'm saying. They standing on foundational white American business. They standing on foundational white. They get mad with each other, like, you know. They get mad with each other. Yeah. It is what it is, man. You know. Hit the like button, man. Y'all wildin', man. As we proceed, man. Super Chat is available as well as Cash App is where I will be accepting the tariffs. You know. Yeah, the FWA salute. Okay, let's go. Damn, white people can't even be forgiving and loving and you know, I remember I almost just said his name. The Amber Heard chick. Who was the man that she walked in and killed? I can't remember his name, man. That happened here in Dallas too. I was just about to say his name. Come on, chat. Don't leave me hanging. Botham John. Thank you, Deanie. Yes. Botham John. His brother got up and hugged her. You know, yeah, his brother got up and hugged her in the court. And yeah, black people, hey, listen, black people was mad about that too, you know. Black people was mad about that shit too, you know. Black people was mad. Black people was mad about that shit, you know. And that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. Why did I say Amber Heard? You said Amber Geiger, correct. Why did I say Amber Heard? I'm going stupid. I'm going stupid. Anyways. So so this whole race thing, dog, like it is there. I don't deny racism. I don't do that shit. But I'm not, I don't think the KKK is around every corner trying to do something to me all the time. I don't live where there's an omnipresent, white force out there. That I don't live like that. I don't move like that. But one thing I'm not going to deny is these type of people, these type of people are definitely outside and about. All right. These type of people, yeah, I've been working around white people that I see every day, the same people for years, Yeah, Amber Heard, Amber Geiger, Amber Rose. Anyway, he said racism under my hat, man. Y'all wildin', man. Moving right along.
Please. But this is more of him talking about people who have righteous indignation after this, and we're fed up.
Carmelo Anthony stabbed this boy because he has no emotional control and he's loyal to a culture that tells him any disrespect.
No, dude, it's a genetic.
And again, I don't know if y'all familiar with Frisco, but Frisco, Texas is not the hood. Frisco, Texas is very nice. If you ever come to Texas, go to Frisco. Just go ride around. And those kids out there in Frisco, they play in like an actual stadium. I believe it's a training facility too for like some major and minor league teams out there in Frisco. So yeah, this ain't no, oh, he came from a culture. He came from a culture of some dumb shit. That's not even out there like that. That's not even out there. And and that's Jason Whitlock, black conservatives, they don't know any other way. They don't even know any other way. They just go off of, again, every nigga is George Floyd in their head too. So in his head, it had to be a cultural issue where, he was just some, wild YN outside and shit, and, Wu said his parents been married for 19 years. Yeah. Oh yeah, Django. They said it's genetic. No. They get money out there in Frisco, man. He said he did come from a good family. He said the white kids came from a broken family. Uh-oh. But and again, every time you hear these black conservatives talk, it's just sad because he don't know that the same people that he be sharing platforms and shit, they see him like that. They see him like that. He don't understand that, nigga, they see your ass like that too. When you start talking culture and then you say black, they don't make it seem like, it's the other blacks. This is why when you see Anton Daniels and Tommy Sotomayor, they go on Fox News, and it totally escapes their mind that they're only there to give their perspective of black people, or because they're black. And then they start talking like they're not a part of the group, and they'll start saying them and they. And it's like, go listen to them every time they go on Fox News. they start talking about black people like they're not included, even though they are included. That's why they were invited, you know, and they just, you know, well, you got to understand, you know, I don't know why they do this. You know, I've been trying to tell them for years. It's very weird, but that's just the mentality of a lot of black conservatives, you know, and it's, yeah, it just, it's very emasculating and shit too, you know, and cringe. Shout out to New said, is she a SYSBM Stargate, man? That ain't none of my business, man. I'm out of there. Shout out to Robert Benjamin, man. I appreciate that, fam. Mr. G says, so these ninjas done dug their own graves. Yes. Now they in a position where they can't even fight back. They'll lose everything. If he responds with the same level of energy that Nick Fuentes did, he going to be reprimanded. You know. Reality said, which one of you niggas pumped and dumped Becky? Oh, not me. I'm innocent. You know, I'm innocent. Pineapple Breeze says, I'm curious, but what about the history of the Democrats and the slavery of black people and Jim Crow? How can we as black people feel comfortable with that? Okay, well, again, Mr. Pineapple Breeze. Is this a troll? It probably is a lot of new people here. So what happens is we had a thing called civil rights. Okay. A thing happened called the Civil Rights Bill. Okay. There were a lot of Democrats who did not like the Civil Rights Bill. Okay. These people ended up switching parties. All right. That's what happened. Okay. That's what happened. You know, do your own research. You know, I know, you know, you know, do your own research. All right. Go do your own research. Go do your own research. All right. Yeah, Diddy. Mr. Tassini, what about the Democrats? Boy, I tell you. Anyways, move right along. As we proceed.
Problem, okay? This is why black
To a culture that tells him any disrespect.
No, dude, it's a genetic problem, okay? This is why blacks over in Africa are behaving the exact same way.
Blacks in Africa, all right, they live very primitive. All right, they do live very primitive. But a lot of people in Africa, they don't have anything to take from other Africans. So crime is not that high in Africa, you know. I'm just do your own research. You know, just do your own research. You know, crime in Africa is very concentrated amongst areas that are more developed, actually. You know, Africa is a whole continent. Yeah, absolutely. That's why I was saying, like, it just, you know. Okay, here we go.
It's not, we don't need to evangelize the blacks. It's not about better education. It's not about the rap music. It's a genetic component. I'm sorry, but it's true. Okay? Race realism is a thing. It's actually true. White people are good at building systems. They're good at building civilizations.
Now, the Jew thing kills this argument. And I'm waiting for people to bring this up because I know the argument is bullshit, but I would love for somebody to have this argument about whites and Jews, because I'll just accept it and say, okay, it's genetics, all right? It's genetics why black people are inferior to white people, but why are white people inferior to Jews? All right. That's what I would love to have that conversation. Just to see what type of mental gymnastics they'll come up with. Like, if we could just say if it's genetics, right? Which there are no genetic markers for intelligence. If we could just say that it is genetics, I would love for them to explain how the Jews got control and maintain these systems for so long and why they can't take it back, you know, because that's what they're doing over there right now. They're just blaming the Jews for everything. Like, I would love to know, like, what type of genetics do the Jews have? You know, that's what I want to know. And they say they claim to be different than Jews by genetics. They claim to not be Jews by genetics. This the arguments that man. Hey, I'll be in the streets, bro. I know y'all ain't listen. I'll be outside. I'll be listening. I'll be like, I'll put an ear on. You know what I'm saying? They be on X, gathered up, huddled up. I'll be in the huddle. I'll be in the huddle listening. Like, what the fuck? What? You know what I'm saying? What y'all over here talking about, man? Hey, what y'all over here talking about, man? I'll be nosing in the motherfucker. They ain't even talking about niggas most of the time. These Jews and got these motherfuckers finna go to Gaza. We're gonna talk about it in the next stream. We're gonna talk about that in the next stream. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't even help. You got white people houses burned down all over California. The Hurricane Helen that tore through North Carolina. Man, we done gave Israel $4 billion and shit, man. Yeah, I be nosy. I'm that neighbor peeping over the field. Hey, what y'all? Let me see what's going on over there. But I gotta make sure they ain't getting I make sure they're not getting the tiki torches together. I'll be yeah. Say anonymous fly on the wall. Yeah, I'm the little nigga fly on the wall. I'm the nigga fly on the wall. You know, on the wall, just listening. Oh, I see what y'all over here doing. Yeah. Okay, all right. You know, hey, what it is, man. He said you got to share your algorithm. I can't listen, man. Y'all can't go where I go. Y'all might be acting a fool. Y'all gonna blow our cover, bro. If we go over there, y'all gonna blow our cover, man. Y'all gonna blow our cover, man. I can't have y'all over there. Y'all can't go where I go, man. I gotta listen to this without, chiming in. I just.
We're just great at a lot of things, and black people are good at committing acts of violence. Okay, there's a genetic component there. I'm sorry, but it's true.
And again, man, like no, you know what I'm saying? No black man has signed off on the genocide of Gaza. No black man has signed off on, torching Panama, burning down everybody, Niggas ain't known for concentration camps, Niggas ain't known for Guantanamo Bay and shit. No black man signed off on a 20-year fucking meat grinder machine in the Middle East, man. But this whole thing where like black people are it's just again, they just I wouldn't even argue with these people. That's why I just listen. I wouldn't even argue. Like, I'm just logically above these people. Like, I don't even understand why people get offended. Like, these people literally let you know how stupid they are. Motherfuckers be getting offended by retarded people. Like, I don't get mad at like if I see like a special needs kid, like I don't get mad because they making a lot of noise and shit. Like, I understand. Like I understand. All right, well, black people violent. all black people know how to do is violence. You know. Meanwhile, you got Russia and Ukraine doing white on white violence at a level way beyond Crips and Bloods. I believe Trump said that they losing 2,500 people a week. They killing the Crips and the Bloods, man. It's a blowout. If we competing for, you know, is that a proximity? Let me get out of there. What's the per capita for? Hey, what's the per capita for? All right, I'm done.
How else do you explain why they act the exact same way here in Africa, wherever they live? They act the exact same way because it's who they are. All right, it's a racial thing, dude. It's not the rap music. Nobody's making these people go out and do that. White people listen to rap music. My brothers listen to rap music, and they're not out randomly stabbing people, okay? So it's not the culture, which, by the way, the culture that blacks made. It's not the culture. It's blacks. Blacks are the problem.
Should be met with aggression and violence. What Carmelo Anthony did, he would do to a black boy, a black girl, an adult, a child. He would do it to anybody. If he feels disrespected, the culture tells him.
Yeah, but there's a racial thing here too. Okay. Yes, I actually agree. Blacks are murdering blacks all the time. But what you're failing to think, you're trying to steer this away from race. No, dude, it is a race thing. It's a black thing. Blacks are the problem.
Be aggressive and respond.
And again, man, you know, when you have a conversation with somebody, especially like another black conservative, what American man that? You know, that nigga got on my face and say, you know, black people, black people doing everything. Black people are horrible, don't you think? I'm like, no, I don't think that. I don't think black people got all these problems. Crazy, man. Somebody says that Megyn Kelly. No, this some random clout chasing bitch.
Violently, and make sure they know not to ever disrespect you again. It's played out over and over and over again in every major city. Black people, this and these idiots to obey God and trying to do his part to prevent the racial conflict that the leftists and these idiots on the right want to promote. This man's not a coward. This isn't unmasculine what he's doing.
Yeah, it is. Okay. If that was my kid, the last thing that would be on my mind is thinking about forgiveness and kumbaya. The first thing on my mind would be hunting down this animal and getting revenge. And revenging.
Man, let me tell you something, man. This bitch ain't gonna do shit. Hey, she couldn't even get that out right. The first thing I'd be thinking about is, you know, this. No, you're not, bitch. No, you're not, bitch. You ain't gonna do shit, ho.
This man's not a coward. This isn't unmasculine what he's doing.
Yeah, it is. Okay. If that was my kid, the last thing that would be on my mind is thinking about forgiveness and kumbaya. The first thing on my mind would be hunting down this animal and getting revenge. And avenging the death of my child. Okay? So yeah, it's a very cucked response. Thanks to years of anti-white propaganda.
Anti-white propaganda, man. Yeah, she gonna spin the block. Shut the fuck up, bitch. You ain't gonna do shit. Yeah. First thing I'd be doing. No, you wouldn't. Man, shut up. Shout out to Gemini said, pay attention and peep the foolishness. Absolutely. Straight foolishness. First thing I do is you ain't gonna do shit, but you gonna get on Twitter, bitch. That's what you gonna do, ho. Oh man. Shout out to Derek. He said, where the kid's dad? Shouldn't he be doing that? Uh-oh. Shout out to Derek. Came through with the Swift SBE on the bitch. Yeah, bitch. What about the father? Huh? You probably would have to do it. Oh man. Damn.
And white guilt. That's why he responded the way he is. This is a cultural phenomenon. This is the problem. Whites are finally starting to wake up, and these blacks, they don't like it. They don't want us to address the elephant in the fucking room.
He's protecting his child, he's protecting himself, and he's protecting that boy's mother. And he's obeying the God who has told him.
Okay. So you make it all about this. Yeah. Why don't you do that? Why don't you go live in the hood, Jason? Because I doubt you live in the hood.
Yeah. Like, why would you live in the hood if you have money? Oh, they hate that shit. Oh, they hate that shit. I'm gonna tell you right now, these type of white people, they hate that shit. When you're not limited to like a fucked up environment, that shit is like you escape. And it's almost like what you doing walking around over here type shit, man. Man, they fucking hate that shit. Why don't you go back to the hood? Like, why the fuck would anybody go back to the hood? Why would anybody go back to the trailer park? Why would anybody go back? It's like, it's almost like that's where you belong. Like, that's where you supposed to be. Like, why don't you go back to the, like, bitch, why the fuck would I go back to the hood? Like, what kind of fucking rebuttal is that? Bitch, I can't go back to the hood. Bitch, I'll fucking elevate. I make way too much money to be in the fucking hood. Fucking hate that shit. That's how you know. That's where the jealousy shit come out. That's what they tell you to your face. Like, why don't you go back to the hood? Huh? Because it ain't about economics at that point. At that point, it becomes you don't belong over here. All right. That's when it becomes you don't belong over here. That's when it becomes like, what? Now it's like you're not tough. Now it's something else. Why don't you go back to the hood? Why the fuck would anybody go to the hood? Why would I go back to the hood? I'm a good 18 years removed from the hood. I haven't been in no hood, no fucking projects or nothing for like 18 years straight. My car too clean, man. I've fucking paved roads and shit, man. I'm out here with the turnabouts. I'm out here with the turnabouts and shit. I can't. I won't even look right. I'm too clean, bitch. I'm too clean, bitch. I can't. I won't even look right. You first, bitch. That's where I'm at. You go back to the hood first. Yeah, fuck it. Fuck the hood. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Fuck you mean? Ain't, bitch. Ain't. Why don't you go back to the hood, bitch? How? How will go back to the hood, bitch? How, bitch? How will go back to the hood? You closer to going back to the hood than me, bitch. Yeah, man. I acting silly and shit. Like, what do I look like in the hood, man? You crazy? You crazy? Boy, I tell you, man. I guarantee you he's not going to live in it like, and again, the hood is black. But in the hood, you have blacks, you have whites, you have Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? It's hood. All right. Even Chinatowns be dirty than a motherfucker, dog. Like Chinatowns ain't clean. We talk about hoods and lower class environments and shit. It's not just the hood. You ever been through the Appalachian Mountains and shit? Like, them people live in fucking squalor. Nigga, I just see people living fucking poor, nigga. All through Louisiana and them fucking bayous and shit. Fucking poor people, dog. It's cleaner water in the hood than what they got. What we talking about? Nigga, everybody, like the hood is just the only place where it's like low poverty, low class poverty environments. It's not just no fucking hood, man. You got fucking poor people, man. Fucking Alaska. They got a fucking project building like 20, 30 stories high. It's a bunch of poor people living in that bitch. Yeah, man. All in the West Virginia. Man, these people are poor, dog. They don't got shit. You ever seen Tent City? It ain't just black people at Tent City. They got fucking poor ass white people in that shit too. Stop playing, man. They over here with this shit. Go. Why don't you live in the hood, bitch? Because it's impossible. I got too many cars. Where am I park them in the hood? we can't. We can't. Where I live, gotta have shop space. You know? Where I live, gotta have a big safe room. Where I live, gotta be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't live nowhere to know. Every closet in this house is stuffed with my clothes, bitch. How I'm gonna live in I can't, it's impossible. It is impossible. Yeah, I got walk-in closets with nothing but hoodies and jackets. What we talking? I can't live in a hood. I can't. It's impossible. It's impossible. Oh, let's also go back to the hood. Bitch, your life is more adjusted for the hood life than mine, bitch. Yeah. Over here with all this dumbass shit. Anyways. Spurgo says, stop parking your cars on the grass. I can park my cars whatever the fuck I want. Rocco says she'll make a great Boondocks character. Yeah, man. Absolutely should not be taken serious at all, man. What up, Marcus? Shout out to reality. He said, it sounds like the white woman leading the white community. Uh-oh. Let me get out of there. Oh, man. Yeah. Gold Professor, what's up, man? He said, I'm the one they want to rob, bitch. you know. You look like you look like you about to Cardi B me, bitch. I'm calling the police on you, bitch. Y'all think it's wild, man. No, this absolutely silliness, man. Fuck we talking about. Yeah. Being crazy and shit. Boy, I tell you.
Why don't you go to the hood and you start handing out Bibles? And let's see how the crime rate just drops. Let's turn off all the radio so they can't listen to rap music.
Clowning all that Bible shit.
And let's see the violence drop. Let's try that, Jason. But I guarantee you don't live in the hood. And there's a reason why you don't live in the hood. Even you don't want to live around your own people. So you're just a fucking pussy.
Damn. Now, just think about that, right? Jason, listen. Officer Tatum ain't pulled up. They don't have no opinions on what's going on. Let me get over here real quick because I do got something else I want to bring up, man. Where was it? Here we go. So Candace Owens jumping ship. You know, she trying to jump ship. Shout to Free Zone, said, I got a large house, a dog house in my yard. Even my dog house got a backyard. Yeah, absolutely, man. Then I can't live around no fucking. What the fuck do you mean? Go back to the hood, bitch. You can't even talk to me like that. You know, you can't even talk to me like that. Like what I look like in the hood. Anyways, moving right along.
Like it feels like Netanyahu is running the White House and Trump's just signing and doing whatever they say, right? It feels like Netanyahu should be sitting in the Oval Office as they demand hate speech laws and they get what they want. Every day they're announcing something that they're going to do to further support Israel. And that something is now looking to me like a detriment to American freedom. And if you can't see that, okay, it is time for you to take off the rose-colored glasses.
Take off the red hat. You mean take off the red hat?
To take off the rose-colored glasses. Because just because Trump was against all of this in 2016 does not mean that he does not have people that are around him who are for this now that we are in 2025. And I won't tolerate it. If I had the courage to stand up to my race.
Now she want white people to stand up to hey, hey man, listen, man, Candace Owens, man. I know you ain't about to say what I think you about to say. I stood up to my race. Why can't y'all stand up to y'all race? Oh,
tolerate it. If I had the courage to stand up to,
and she think it's courage to stand up against the powerless of society. Like if I had the courage to dogpile on top of the lowest of black society, if I had the courage to dogpile on top of the lowest of black culture, what? Shout out to Callie Bibb. She said, that's what them tap dancing black conservatives get. She using their own talking points against them. They don't understand that though. Again, every black person is George Floyd to these niggas. If I had the courage to stand up to my own race, like, knock it off. Like everybody go in on black people. That don't take no fucking courage. Hey, that shit don't take no courage. It's damn near the easiest thing to do is just go in on black people, you know?
And I won't tolerate it. If I had the courage to stand up to my race when they were saying these things, I will be damned if you think that I don't have enough courage to stand up to ethnic supremacy as it is now again coming into the country under the guise of hatred for Jews.
Ethnic supremacy.
When in fact, it's hatred for Bibi Netanyahu routinely blowing up children and us.
What? Let me see. What's she? Ethnic supremacy. Ethnic supremacy. Yeah, dude. I knew. Hey, y'all hit the like button. Shout out to JC, man. What's going on with my likes, man? Y'all wildin'. Yeah, ethnic supremacy. What the fuck is that? Boy, I tell you, man.
To stand up to ethnic supremacy as it is now again coming into the country under the guise of hatred for Jews, when in fact it's hatred for Bibi Netanyahu routinely blowing up children and us being told that we're not allowed to speak about it.
Oh man. So somebody asked, they said, what happened to Candace Owens? Somebody said, well, I don't know what a rant's about, and I really don't care, but I will say this: what I have read in the Bible and what is taught, you know, we stand with Israel no matter what. If we turn our backs on Israel, God turns his back on you. You don't like it? Guess what? Tough shit. So again, you know, these Christian people, man, I might have to do a whole live stream about these Christian people need to be, bro. They need to be stopped, man. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. Listen, I know a lot of y'all, you know, y'all believers in the faith, but y'all gotta be stopped, man. Like for real, like a lot of us non-believers, man, we gotta band together so we don't go down with the ship, dog. Like really they like dragging us along for this fucking bullshit. We got to stop these people, man. Like no bullshit. We got to stop these people. We got to stop these people. Smirko said, please do a religious stream. Man, yo, we got to stop these people, man. They really on some whatever the Jews say we have to do or else we disobeying God type shit. Like, no. No. How about all the Christians go over there and do their Christian thing as Christians, you know? That's what need to happen. You know? That's what needs to happen. All the Christians need to go handle their Christian business and leave me out of it. Leave me out of it. Yeah. Yeah, man. What the hell? Somebody said, this is what happens when you go against God's chosen people. You become small and lost. So they going in on Candace Owens. At some point, Candace became an anti-Semite. It's unfortunate that something happened to her to turn her from a reasonable, highly intelligent person into this. Or has this been her all along? Do Candace and Ian Curl not realize that the U.S. is being overthrown slowly with the full intentions by Islamists? Are Islamists and Sharia not a threat? Good grief. Damn. Somebody said Candace Owens sees Israel jumping over fences at night while laying awake thinking of ways to blame the Jews for everything bad in the world. She doesn't know enough. Just saying it. Damn, she need to be careful. Support of Israel is biblical. She's a disgusting Jew hater. I can't stand. What? She apparently hates Jews. Has someone did a wellness check on Candace Owens? Her entire audience is compromised of Muslims and far-right Jew haters. She completely infiltrated. Oh, she's completely infiltrated with support of Jew world domination. Wow. Damn, and they on her head. Yeah, the Small Hat Defense Force, they on her head, man. Holy moly. Somebody said BB bots? I don't know. Shout out to Mercy. Hey, Mercy, man. Hey, I think my next stream's supposed to be coming up, man. We got to talk about these Timu Chinese soldiers that got captured by the Ukrainians, dog. I thought you said Russia had it, man. They got Chinese. We're gonna talk this shit later, man. Hey, we're gonna talk about this shit later, man. Hey, we're gonna open up the tariff case. My bad. We're gonna open up the tariff Thunderdome. Yeah, they got the BB bots. All right, let me see. What else? Oh, I want to play this too, man. I want to play this. Oh man, Tim Pool. Apparently, Tim Pool had a secret meeting with Benjamin Netanyahu. We'll talk about that on the next stream. We gotta bring up Tommy. We gotta bring up Tommy. Tommy is a red hat. You know Tommy a red hat. You know Tommy a red hat. So, man. So this nigga Tommy said that. This nigga Tommy said that the money being raised for Carmelo Anthony is gonna inspire more people, more kids. I'm gonna let the clip play, man. This shit was fucking ridiculous.
Attention that Mr. Anthony is getting right now for what he did. He struck a blow for blacks. What do you think goes in the mind of the average black kid who may feel like they're not getting attention at home, they're neglected at school, and they're not popular? What do you think they're thinking if they see this type of money rolling in and this type of attention and love? They're going to want that type of attention and love too. And your child is now at risk. You're making over and over young kids who are lost and just want to feel accepted, to feel like one of the reasons that ways they can be accepted as a black kid is to strike a blow for blacks against the white.
Listen to how this nigga talk. I done heard this nigga on panels just screaming at niggas. But this shit right here is just so submissive and silly. We talking about Dylan Ruth had $1 million. Dylan Ruth, they raised $1 million for Dylan Ruth. Kyle Rittenhouse had hundreds of thousands of dollars raised for him. Right? And the situation, it's not, I know for a fact it's not racial. In Frisco, for sure, it wasn't racial. You know, so it's just like, bro, this shit is so retarded. It's like, yo, this is going to inspire other black kids. Yeah, Zimmerman raised up a lot of money, but it's like, if you know this kid raised money for his defense, it turns into, oh, this is gonna inspire other people, which kind of made me think that like he want this kid GoFundMe's and fundraisers and shit to be shut down on the premise of it's gonna spark more people to do the shit. Like raising money is dangerous because now, you know, it's going to inspire other kids. So this type of shit right here, right, is exactly why, you know, they be mad. They don't understand. They think that, you know, black people just don't like them and they come after them and attack them. But niggas don't keep the same energy. You know, then they get on here and claim to be logical and shit, but they can't put two and two together. You know, they always fuck up 2 and 2 whenever it come to black people. You know, now the equation is fucked up. The raise money in defense of whoever you want to, right? It now becomes fucked up. Now it's fucked up. Now this could create the next one. All right. So if y'all don't want no more white kids getting stabbed in the heart, y'all better, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all better stop giving these niggas money. Better not, you know what I'm saying? Just stupid shit. Just dumb shit, you know. And I had to put this whole ass shit on her too, because this is absolutely bitch made logic. Also, you know, what about the next kid? The next kid, the next black kid that doesn't feel loved and doesn't, you know, and doesn't have attention, you know. This, you know. What do they see the money that he raised and they're gonna knock it off, man. Knock it off, man. CD said Tommy used to praise Zimmerman. Yeah, he did. Tommy don't give a fuck though. Like he one of the first ones. But again, the white boys are saying what Tommy's saying now. So even Tommy like yesterday's news, you know. Even Tommy yesterday's news. All of these niggas is yesterday's news, right? These white boys don't want to see them have studios and platforms and all the rest of that shit to say what they want to say. You know, now they want to say it themselves. You know? But this shit crazy, man. Oh man, you know, This could inspire more white kids. Y'all better stop this. You know what I'm saying? If y'all care about y'all kids, y'all better stop. You know what I'm saying? Just dumbass shit. You know. Said Tommy trying to get his lick back. What happened? She did something to him? Yeah, but this type of shit is like, man, don't do that. You know, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. While we talking about raising money, fuck that shit, man. I remember when he raised $7,000 for come on, man. Who's that hood rat bitch that was running as a Republican, man? Who remember? That was one of my first videos that went viral. Come on, man. Angela Stanton. This nigga was up all night simping all night, doing an all-night telethon raising money for Angela Stanton and shit. Only to fall out with the bitch because he thought she was going to expose him. So he jumped the gun and started chatting online like a little bitch. I remember that shit. I went viral for that. I went viral for that shit. I remember that shit. I went viral for calling him out for that shit. That nigga panic and like try to expose the bitch. The bitch didn't even say nothing. The bitch didn't even say nothing. This nigga jumped like just like a straight ghetto ass hood rat bitch. Just jumped out, started exposing her and started telling how, she wanted to fuck and she was married and all the rest of this shit. And all the while, that bitch had no plans on even talking about that shit, saying nothing. That shit was messy, man. Like some messy ass hood rat shit. Like, I remember that shit. Just jumping out the window like that. They're gonna raise. It was more than $7,000 too. Now that I think about it, stayed up all night fundraising for the bitch, then to fall out with the bitch, and then try to expose the whole shit, man. Like, just weak as fuck, man. Just weak. He said Tommy still be dissing Kevin Samuels. He should. Shit. That nigga Kevin ran off on that nigga with that nigga shit, man. Oh man. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Let me end it with this.
And by the way, you are a token. Hey, Jason, you're a token. You are in conservative media as a black guy that can confer upon white people the dignity of not being called a racist for having their views. That's why you get paid. And that's why I don't, because I didn't have the privilege of being born black. I was born white. So there's a limit on what I can say. There's a limit on what I can say without being penalized in the so-called free marketplace of ideas. And everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows. And everybody's sick of it, especially in the conservative space, that blacks have had it easy. It is, and I don't doubt that he's a sincere person. I'm sure he's a sincere person. I'm sure he's genuine. But you are playing by a different set of rules, pal. You have training wheels on. You think you've earned it? Everything you have. Take a look around at your studio, your contract, your employees. If you said the stuff that you said as a white person, your ass would be fucking gone. And everybody knows that. You're on Blaze hosting E. Michael Jones talking about the Jews. It's a good fucking thing you're black, because if you weren't, you would have been fired like Elijah Schaffer.
Yeah.
You would have been fired like every other white person. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Take a good look at everything around you, because you did not compete to get that. You got it because people feel sorry.
Hey, but can you imagine like responding to this with some, oh man, this is about my Lord. This is about the Bible. I'm not going to let these people. Yeah. Hit the like button. Just and if you and black conservatives have to accept white victimhood. They have to. If white victimhood comes from the right, they have to accept it. All right, they can deny white victimhood for the left all day long, but black victimhood. I mean, white victimhood. Like, you can't even say, man, shut your bitch ass up, man. Stop crying like a little hoe, man. Yeah, I got more than you. Yeah, I got more than you. And what? Yeah, I got more than you. Shut the fuck up. All right? Pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps. All right? Shut the fuck up. That's what should have happened. But they, he came back. He was like, man, I'm not, if it ain't about the Bible and how we could get together and all the rest, fuck all that shit, man.
People don't want to be called racist. They feel sorry. They need a black person to give them credibility.
Yeah.
And if you can't see that, then you're just as ignorant as BLM. If you can't see that, if you can't be honest with yourself about that, you're just as ignorant as the marchers. As a matter of fact, you are as ignorant as the marchers. Just another ignorant crybaby. And you know what? I have no hatred. I really don't. I'm a little bit frustrated with the fact that people are going to challenge my credibility based on what I say, knowing what I've sacrificed, what has happened to me, what has happened to my family. And I'm not trying to play the world's smallest violin, but my sacrifice has been considerable. I have had a considerably more difficult go than almost anybody.
Yeah.
Because I was willing to tell the truth before it's fashionable.
Yeah.
About Israel, about race, about globalization, about a wide variety of subjects.
Yeah. All his life he had to fight. Tell him about it.
Ever since I was 18 years old, I have been censored. I have been financially blacklisted, had to endure financial hardship. I've been targeted. My family's been targeted.
Yeah.
So for somebody to come and challenge my credibility or whether I'm being honest, it's totally outrageous. I have no hatred in my heart for people. I have no hatred in my heart for anybody, for that matter.
Yeah.
And not for a group based on their race. And I have friends from all different races. It's not hatred. We can't play that card all the time and bitch about racism every single time.
Talk about it.
With that being said, and it's important to clarify that because you don't want to be typecast as the angry white man that's trying to gin up. I'm not trying to gin up racial resentment. I'm really not. I'm trying to tell you how white people feel. And I'm trying to tell you the truth. And here's the truth of the matter. White people are just fucking done. We're done with the excuses. We're done with the white guilt. We are done with crybaby, ethnic narcissist black people that cannot handle an adult conversation about race. We're done. We pay up the ass in property taxes not to live near these people.
Yeah.
We work hard. We pay our taxes. We go to work. We work our fingers to the bone to create a good quality of life for ourselves and for our families. And it has been ceaselessly sabotaged for decades by these fucking animals. And by that, I don't mean every black person. I mean these predators. I mean these opportunists. I mean these adolescents. Where are the parents? Where's the community now?
Man, and again, man, you think this motherfucker give a damn about community and all the rest of that shit, man? They don't give a fuck. And again, if you are a black conservative, all right, you literally are segregated. You are segregated. Like and then for you, like just imagine somebody said, I am a black conservative, and then they start talking about how they are into identity politics. Like if somebody say I'm a black conservative, I don't fuck with identity politics. Bro, it's just like, are you fucking dumb? Are you fucking stupid? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, bro, what the fuck? You literally are on the segregated side. Like there's a colored section to the right. Like you claim the black side. Like you claim the black side. So they in a bad place. And all they had to do is just be real. Instead of being so biased. You know, I'm talking about just biased to the point where you can't even have a different opinion. You can't even say, it's like their minds are just like automatically just go right to critiquing black culture. That's all you got, a one-trick pony. You can't switch directions. You can't switch gears. It was so pathetic watching him go in and not address Nick Fuentes and just sit there and talk about the Bible and saving people and all the rest of this bullshit. Because again, he's hiding behind something that he has in common with white people to save him. To save him. That's it. Like Jason Whitlock literally is waiting for white people to come in and on behalf of the Bible, because he know they're not finna come and have his back on behalf of this tongue lashing that he got from Nick Fuentes. All right, they not finna take Nick. They not finna take your side to attack Nick Fuentes. It's not going down like that. All right, so you think that, hey, if I bring the Bible in and I take the biblical approach, then they're going to have to support me as brothers in Christianity. But it don't work like that. They don't give a fuck. You know, so again, Anthony Brian Logan ain't coming to your defense. Officer Tatum ain't coming to your defense. Candace Owens ain't coming to your offense. Anton Daniels ain't coming to your defense. None of these other black conservatives are coming to your defense. You are in the deep water. You are on the deep waters of the extreme right. All right, you stuck up creek without a paddle. You're done. You're done. If you even try to be a man and stand on 10 toes against Nick Fuentes, you're going to lose everything. The second they criticize the Blaze for your ass being over there, being a headache, you're done. You out. You're finished, nigga. You finished. The second they say, I can't believe the Blaze allows Jason Whitlock to call white people racist, you're done. All right, you're finished. See you later. Adios. Real shit. And you know, Candace Owens, she jumped ship. She don't want to be a part of the MAGA gang no more because she's seen it. In fact, I played the clip where Jason Whitlock was like, "Hey man, you know the black racial extremists, they already been after me. Now the white one's coming after me." It's like, yeah, but it's going to be different when the white ones come after you, bro. And you know that. That's why you run into the Bible. Nick Fuentes turned you into a little schoolboy. You know what I'm saying? You got to be, you should be able to be a man, dog. Be like, hey, I seen what you did. The second you can't call what you're seeing out, nigga, you are in a submissive position. And you're cooked. You're done. There is no way, there is absolutely no way I would let Nick Fuentes get all that shit off. The last thing I'm going to bring up is the Bible. The last thing I'm going to do is try to save people souls and shit. I'm done. Fuck all that shit. Like I've seen, Jason Whitlock went in on LeBron James, didn't pull the Bible out. He went in on, what's his name? The other sports guy. Didn't pull the Bible out. Anytime he going in on the black community, he don't bring the Bible out. Nigga, this nigga went full pulpit on Nick Fuentes. This nigga went to the Bible. Start talking to that. Oh, we're brothers in arms with the Bible. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. Nigga try to hide behind the Bible again, bro. And this, like I said earlier, in this country, when it comes to religion, okay, he knows. That's what the crazy part is. These niggas be on the far right. They know. In this country, where when people say, you know, this is God's country, all right, they say what they do to have God's country. We talking about on the far right, where when it comes to this country and religion, nationalism and religion, they literally burnt crosses. They literally set big crosses on fire. All right. So the fact that you think you're finna unite with, you know what I'm saying, racist people with Christianity, you're out of your fucking mind. You're out of your mind. If you think you're finna unite with racist people through Christianity, you're insane. You're insane. Just the most goofiest shit. But anyways, look, I got to do another live stream about way more important shit. I just want to get this fuckery out the way. We got to talk about these tariffs that Trump backed down on. We got to talk about Russia with the Chinese Timu soldiers that got captured by Ukraine. We got to talk about the Panama Canal. We got to talk about a whole bunch of international stuff. But as for Jason Whitlock, unfortunately, man, the rest of the black conservatives finna watch you just. The rest of the black conservatives, I'm talking about just silence. Ain't nobody said nothing about Jason Whitlock getting ferociously attacked on the right, you know? Yeah, Christian nationalists, evangelical Christians. You know, they ain't talking about black people when they use them terms. They ain't talking about black people when they use them terms. But look, as we proceed, I appreciate all the support. Everybody hit the like button on the way out. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. I'm finna keep up with this. Because even Jason Whitlock said, I got a feeling that this ain't the end. No, it's not the end. They on your ass. They on your ass. They don't need you no more. All right. They don't want you to have the studio equipment, getting fat checks and shit to say what they can say openly now. All right. You out. You out. But anyways, I got to go because I ain't finna go on another rant about these niggas, man. Hit the like button on the way out. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. I got to fire up this other live stream that I believe man, you know what, man? I might not do another. I might save this live stream for tomorrow. Ain't gonna lie. Put a 1 in the chat if I should do the second live stream. Nope. People said don't do the second live stream. All right, cool. I ain't doing the second live stream. Hey, we gonna do the Tariff Thunderdome. We gonna do the Tariff Cage match again. Drew said tomorrow. They said get some rest. Yeah, I'm gonna save it. So tomorrow at 7:30. That's what I'm gonna do. Tomorrow at 7:30. Yeah. Tomorrow at 7:30, we're gonna have the Tariff Cage match. I'll catch y'all boys later. Peace.